Hey everybody, it's Sharran Srivatsaa coming to you live from Newport Beach, California. Ocean's right over there, And I want to tell you about just one thing today, one thing to help your day, your Friday, and your weekend, because this is what happens to most entrepreneurs. And let me tell you exactly what I mean. The number one thing that happens towards the end of anybody's week is that they get deeply overwhelmed, especially on a Thursday or a Friday, with what they have potentially gotten done and what they need to get done in the week ahead. And I want to give you a very simple strategy for overcoming overwhelm in a situation like that, right? Overcoming overwhelm. So if you're joining us and are just coming on, hey, glad to have you with me. I'm actually taking a break, and that's exactly what I want to talk about, is how do you overcome overwhelm? How do you overcome the amazing number of things that you actually have to get done as the week gets to an end and as you get into the weekend and a new week ahead? You're like, how do I get all this stuff done? So if you are in overwhelm, if you have a lot of things on your plate that you want to create, accomplish, and have impact with, give me a heart, because I know that you actually like this. You want to do more. You want to create more. You want to have a better life. You want to do more, but there's this things just stacking one on top of the other, and now you have to choose what you do first. You have to choose what you prioritize. You have to choose what you get done in a short amount of time. I know you need that, right? I know you need that. So let me give you the formula. It's really simple. I don't have to stay here too long. So let me give you the formula. The formula is this. It's called the 1B-2B-3B approach. I'm saying it again, the 1B-2B-3B approach. 1B-2B-3B. Anytime you're overwhelmed, anytime for the rest of your time that you're ever overwhelmed, go to the 1B-2B-3B approach. Here's what I mean. The 1B-2B-3B approach, the B's stand for breaks, right? The B's stand for breaks, and you plan it. As soon as you're overwhelmed, the first thing you're gonna do is to say you're not gonna take a break. That's what we always wanna do. What we wanna do is you're like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, I'm just gonna go take a break, I'm gonna go to Starbucks, I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, I'm gonna drink coffee, eat some chips, eat some Cheetos, eat some nachos, go take a break, get distracted on Facebook, 5 more minutes. You do whatever you can when you're overwhelmed and you want to take a break. Resist the urge. Right? You don't get to take a break until you do one thing first, right? And all you're suggesting to yourself is, hey, I want to accomplish one thing first. That's the 1B. 1B. Accomplish one thing first. Say, put the one thing on your to-do list. That can be, getting your expenses done, getting one email out, getting one Facebook post out, getting one Instagram story out, talking to a client, doing a video for somebody. What is on your to-do list that needs to get done today? And can you get half of it, part of it, some of it done? One thing done, because after you get the one thing done when you're overwhelmed, good things happen. 1B, as soon as you get the one thing done, you can take a break. But before you take a break, you're gonna decide exactly what are the 2 things that you're gonna do after you come back from the break. 2 things that you're gonna do after you come back from the break. The problem is most people, most coaches, consultants, gurus out there will never tell you what to actually do, right? You and I are operators. You and I have to actually work for a living. You and I have to serve clients for a living. You and I have to build stuff for a living. You and I have to give ourselves for a living. You and I have to create impact for a living. You and I have to actually do the work to make a living, not just tell people what to do to make a living, right? There's a big difference there. So operators understand how this works. You have to be a great operator. You and I have to operate and build and grow a business every single day to have great impact. Operators are the ones you should listen to. Dumbass coaches, dumbass clients, everybody today is a coach, right? And I appreciate that. I have a lot of coaches. I pay more money for coaches than I make a lot of times because I believe in that. But what I'm telling you is this: if someone can't actually execute on the strategy, you shouldn't really be listening to them, right? And so 1B, write down the one thing that you need to do right now. Write it down, do it. It can be a small task, a 5 to 15 minute task, then take the break. But before you take the break, write down the 2 things that you're gonna do after you come back from the break. When you come back from the break, do the 2 things, write down the 3 things that you're gonna do after that break, and take another break. 1B, 1 break. 2B, 2 break, 3B, 3 break. 1B, 2B, 3B approach. And in no time, you've automatically done 6 things that you would have never actually done. Instead, you would have gone to Starbucks and got yourself a frappuccino, which is okay, I don't care, but that can be on your break. So what am I doing outside? What am I doing walking around? I got overwhelmed today. I have more things than I can actually accomplish, right? I actually was sore. I was hoarse this morning, could barely get on my calls, but I was sore. And I figured out I was like completely overwhelmed. And when I say overwhelmed just means underplanned. There's just more to do than you have time allotted for. So you go into what I call, again, the 1B, 2B, 3B approach. 1, break. 2, break. 3, break. Now you're in momentum and you can do a lot more. And you've gone from overwhelm to action to execution to momentum. And that's a really powerful thing. Always think about the 1B, 2B, 3B approach. So if you're overwhelmed right now, if you have a lot that is on your to-do list, which I know you do because you're a high-achieving entrepreneur, if you have a lot of things on your plate, instantly go to, what is the one thing that I can do to get done right now? And then I'm going to plan for the 2 things after, but I'm going to take a break. I'm going to reward myself, because the 1B, 2B, 3B approach is about taking care of you while getting things done. Hey, if you like that, leave me a quick DM. Tell me that you like that. Tell me that what you want me to talk more about, because I wanna show you how operators work. We live in the age of the operator. I want to show you how operators work, because as we build, grow, and sustain our businesses, we need to figure out how to build, grow, and do things that are important to us. So 1B, 2B, 3B approach is what you want to do. Give me a like or a heart, and give me a direct message if I can be helpful to you. And hey, before I go, you should check out my profile and my interview with on the Passionate Few with Omar just dropped. Omar has interviewed amazing entrepreneurs: Ed Milet, Grant Cardone, Bedros Keuilian, Craig Ballantyne, Jason Capital, Sam Bakhtiar, just some amazing, John Paul DeJoria, the creator of some amazing, the Paul Mitchell line, just amazing entrepreneurs. My interview with Omar just dropped. It's actually a link on my bio, and it's a soft drop, so you get the early access to it, because it drops this weekend, but I wanted to make sure you got to see it as well. So click on my bio, look at that interview, even just check it out for a little bit. I think you'll appreciate it, because I shared things that I've never shared with anybody on that interview. I've shared things that I didn't even share with my parents on that interview. And so, Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, I'm sorry and thank you. But go check that out. Again, 1B, 2B, 3B approach. Let me know how that works. I appreciate you all very much. Have an awesome Friday.